What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Hey, hey, hey. What's up, people? Hey, everybody. I hope that my music is not too loud. I do not own the rights for this gorgeous, beautiful music that you might hear in the background. Trying to see if I can turn it down. What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm Donna Sneed. Not going to be on here very, very long. But I wanted to pop on. I know that it is Tuesday night. So a lot of people may be at Bible study. And so you can look on it later. You can join later. You can watch the replay. I'm grateful. Spread the love, share it, and let everybody know that Donna Sneed is alive and well. I'm just gonna talk about some tasks, 5 simple tasks to get to the win. 5 simple things. I'm talking and I'm sharing tonight just for a few minutes from my book. Those of you who have been watching and following, and those who have maybe even been peeping in, not really saying too much, but you know what's going on because you don't miss anything. Hey, 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 I see you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining my live. I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah. It's about time that I finally was able to release this book on my birthday on the 16th of November. And I am super excited about this book entitled Girl, Get It Done. Girl, Get It Done. Because a lot of times, if you're like me, a lot of times, especially if you're creative, if you're a creative person, and you probably have so many things going on. There's a lot of things happening. The creativity, juices are flowing. And sometimes they can be very, very overwhelming and to the point that it will stifle you and keep you from doing anything. And so it took me more than a year to finish this book. And it's because life was happening. And you know how it is, as y'all say, when life be lifing. When life be lifing, a lot of things are coming at you. You tend to get busy, pulled here and there and everywhere. And sometimes it's difficult to get a hold of it again, to gain control again. And so finally, I'm so grateful to God that I was able to finish this book, Girl, Get It Done. And so here we are. I thought it was extra special, and it was extra special for me because I got to release it on my birthday. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Are there some things that I would probably do different? Absolutely. But here it is, and I'm excited about it. So it's the same book, but I've got it in a paperback version. As you can see, the paperback version, it's about a size 5x7. And I also have it in the hardcover version, which I absolutely like the hardcover version because, I don't know, it's a little bit bigger. Let me put it up side by side. So the hardcover is a little bit, let me see, bigger, just a little bit taller. Hardcover is about a little over 5 by 8. And this one is this one here is probably 5.5. This one is 5 by 7. And so I like them both. So it's called Girl, Get It Done. And this book has about 27 quick tasks. I didn't want to call them chapters because I realized that sometimes people get real nervous when you start talking about reading chapters, because, as you all know, we are in a time frame where we don't like to read long stuff. We've developed some bad habits over the years where, when that microwave mentality comes in, you want to skip to the next thing, and that can be bad sometimes. That can be not so good sometimes. And on the other hand, maybe it's as good. So you kind of have to weigh it out. So I did not want to call my topics chapters. They're very quick. They're not long topics, not long tasks. Every one of them, or I shouldn't say every one of them, but the majority of these 27 tasks are action words. They require you to do something. That's what the whole point is. Girl, get it done. It is going to jar you. It's going to provoke you. It's going to inspire you. You're going to be, some of y'all might get a little ticked at me. One of the chapters called Wake the Heck Up, because you've been sleeping too long. Because you cannot get anything done if you're sleeping, if you are lulled to sleep by life events. And they happen to all of us. Life events happen to all of us. So let me get to my 5 tasks that's going to help us get to the win. I'm not going to read these from the book because you got to get the book. Girl, Get It Done is available on Amazon right now. Just look for Donna Sneed, Sneed, and you'll see I got quite a few publications out there right now. But I know every time I do one, I say it's my favorite, but I'm serious this time. Girl, Get It Done is my favorite. It is a book through and through. Some of the other publications that I have on Amazon right now, most of them are notebooks with lines where you can, if you like to journal, that's what those were. I was able to create those. I was blessed to create most of my, 13, 14, or 15 journals and notebooks that I have out there right now. I was able to create those in about 2 months time frame during the height of COVID. When I was, we had a lot of time. So I was able to, over the weekend, create those notebooks. And so they're basically lined notebooks and journals. I've got a couple of Bible study journals out there that will provoke you to read the scriptures that's in there. If you are a believer, if you're not, it's going to encourage you to read and then meditate, get a quiet space, some quiet time, and then write what you're sensing from your heart, from your spirit. Write it out. That's what that one is about. But this one has 27 tasks, short, brief topics. It has some prayers. I call them prayer power pills. That's going to provoke you when you read the prayer. My hope is that it will provoke you to pray some more, that it will provoke you to write some things down, because I realize, just as a reader myself and as a writer myself, most times when you find that quiet time, when you find that quiet space, and then you just sit in it, you're praying, you're meditating through it. And if you allow yourself to sit quiet, and I know that's difficult with all the technology we have, it's very, very difficult for us to sit still for a little bit. But if you are a writer, you have to find some time, make yourself sit still. And then as you meditate, get you some soothing music, whatever it is that's going to provoke your mind to settle and be clear and not confused, but have the peace. You need peace. So yeah, I was able to finish this. So these prayers, prayer power pills, as I call them, will definitely provoke you to write your own. That's my hope. Also, I have some of my favorite quotes, some of the things that I've quoted that you've probably seen me post on Facebook. Most of the things that I post on Facebook, unless I put someone's name there, those are initiated just because I've been studying something, or I heard something or I read something and it's provoked a thought. And I love to share things like that I know it's not going to reach everybody. Duh, but it'll reach somebody, and someone is going to be encouraged. Somebody came up to my desk on last week at my day job and told me and encouraged me to let me know, she came from a different organization. She let me know that I had encouraged her. And it was just refreshing to be able to hear. You never know who's watching you. You never know who is paying attention. You know, do your best, be the best. So one of the tasks, the very first one, hey, y'all, the very first task, I'm going to give 5 simple tasks for getting to the win, to get to the win in your life, or to get it done, whatever it is. You were waiting on my other page. Girl, listen, I was sitting here thinking, maybe I probably should have started on my personal page. And I was trying to share this, but it wasn't, unfortunately, I couldn't get it to go there. It's crazy though, right? So I may have to just share it a little bit later. But yeah, 27 tasks are in my book. Girl, get it done. 27 tasks. This is the paperback version, and it's about 5 by 7. And this is the hardcover version that I love. I love it, love it, love it. And it's about 5.5 by 8. So yeah, it's a little bit, you see the difference? But either one of them, I mean, I love it. I love it. And so it has some prayers, it has some quotes, it has 27 tasks. So let me just give you one of my favorites. The very first task in the book, if you're going to get to the win. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you. If we're going to get to the win, the very first task is probably my favorite, because when I wrote this particular topic, and again, I don't call them chapters, they're topics, because chapters are a little bit longer. These topics are like the push, like the wind in your back. They're brief, they're quick. One or two of them may be maybe a couple more pages, but neither of these topics are very long. So the very first one is clear the clutter. Task number 1, clear the clutter. Did you know that clutter, if you walk into a room, if you walk into your house, if you go anywhere, whether it's your house, whether it's someone else's house, a room, wherever it is, and there's clutter, did you know that sends a signal, some energy to your brain, because your brain is trying to figure out what to do in that clutter space. The brain, it sends clutter, releases energy in the air, in the atmosphere where you are. I know that might be weird to some people, but pay attention to what happens when you walk into clutter, or if you're trying to meditate or focus. Pay attention to, especially if you've got clutter everywhere. It is going to mess with your ability to focus, because your brain is trying to tell you you've got to clean it up. It's wired to do that. So clear the clutter. That's task number 1. I am not going to read from the book, well, the whole task. Yes, he says, yes, my brain shuts down when I walk in clutter. Mine too. I cannot focus. I can't get anything done when there is clutter. I think that's one of the, I'm telling on myself just to be a little bit transparent. I believe that a part of the year, the more than a year that it took for me to finish this book, Girl Get It Done, I believe that throughout that period, there was clutter here and there. You know, I mean, even if it's a pile of paper, your brain is seeing that in your through your eyes, and it will stifle you. So clear the clutter. Clear the clutter in your mind, because there is no way that you'll be able to get out your best work if your mind is bogged down with all types of things. Did you know that clutter, I'm going to read this from the book. Did you know that clutter can affect your anxiety levels? Did you know that? Did you know that clutter can affect your sleep? OMG. And clutter will affect your ability to focus. So whatever it is, whatever the project is, whatever the task is, whatever the assignment is that you've got to do, whatever area, wherever your giftedness is, you've got to first clear the clutter. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't belong. Which of these things does not belong, which doesn't look like the other? Get rid of it. All right. Clear the clutter. That's task number 1. You got to get the book to read the rest of it. All right. Let me just pick something. Wow. Stranger danger. Now this one doesn't start out being a task, but when you hear stranger danger, what's one thing that you hear? One thing that comes to mind for me when I got the title of this topic, I was thinking, whoa, that's what we were told when we were children, not to talk to stranger. And then there was just a huge campaign that said, hey, stranger danger, where, you know, wherever a strange person would approach children, or if, you know, families were cautioning their children to not talk to strangers. So this one task in this book is entitled Stranger Danger. And the reason why it's entitled that is because with all of the stuff of life that's happening with all of us, you can become a stranger to your own success. Stranger danger. You need to be cautious about being a stranger to your own success, becoming a stranger because you've put it aside, because you've pushed it aside, or because it's up under that clutter you need to clean up. Okay. Here's a question from the book. Have you been away from your project, your chore, your duties, your family, your marriage? Have you been away from the ministry? Have you been away from managing your monies so long that you become a stranger, that you've lost your focus, that you don't even know what to do? Or maybe it's because someone else is doing it. If you have a business and someone else is running your business, you are subject to becoming a stranger to it. Nobody wants that. So stranger danger, you got to get the book to read the rest of it. Okay? You got to get the book to read the rest of it. This book isn't about beating you up. It's about, seriously, if you know me, if you really know my spirit, if you really tap into who I am, and it doesn't take long, I don't think, to figure out that my whole I'm inspired by inspiring other people. I'm inspired. Thank you, Kathy. I'm inspired by pushing other people. I am so inspired by seeing other people rise up. I was on a podcast with Minister Lindsay Williams. I believe it aired this past Friday, last week. And the title of her podcast, that particular session, was Arise. And as she was asking me the questions, I was thinking about my book, because you can't get anything done if you're oppressed. It's difficult. And it happens to so many of us. Okay. So stranger danger. Beware of that stranger danger. And I'm talking about the stranger that's in the mirror when you look in the mirror. Get back to the task. Get back to your first love. Yeah. Get back to writing again. Find out, look around, figure out what it is that's stifling your ability to create like you're designed to do. So I'm not going to stay that long. That's task number 2, stranger danger. Beware of becoming a stranger. Don't become a stranger. So let me get back to another task. How about map it out? So map it out is one of the tasks in my book, Girl, Get It Done. So map it out is about taking time to map out, to write out your plan of action. Sometimes it just takes just sitting still. Again, like I said earlier, most of us have developed some really bad habits, and we don't have the ability to stay focused. I'm talking to myself too. That's what took me so long to get this book written. Because we have this computer, as my husband says, and we've got a computer in our pockets and in our pocketbooks that we carry around. And so we lose focus. So sometimes you might have to just sit still for a few more minutes longer, turn the phone off, put it on silence, or just take it and put it in another room and you walk to another space. Just give yourself a chance and map it out. Start writing. Get you some paper. Get you some sticky notes and map out the process. What's step number 1? Sometimes you've been doing things so long, you don't even realize that there are multiple steps, that you don't realize all the different things because you make it look easy. Sometimes people are looking on the inside, looking from the outside, looking in at your life, and they see the end product. Watch this. They see the end product, right? And oh my God, it looks so good. She makes it look so easy. OMG, if she can do it, I can do it too, right? But they don't know the steps from 1 to 5 million, 50 million that it took to get to the end product. Map it out. That's task number 3. Map it out. Sit yourself still, girl. Get it done. And map out the process. 1, 2, 3. Grab a notepad, grab a pencil, not a pen, but a pencil. If you get a pen, make sure it's one you can erase the ink, that you know what kind that is. But grab a notebook, a pencil. It is going, make it fun and map out the process. Whatever, if it's a service that you're providing to someone, if it's a book you need to write, if it's a project you need to get done, sit still. Allow yourself the time to map it out. That's task number 3. Task number 4, let me just pick one. You got to get the book to read it all. I'm not going to read the whole topics from my book. Take the lead. Now, this is a good one. Take the lead. Now, this one is not what you think. Sometimes taking the lead means something totally different from what we're used to. Hey, Cersei, sometimes taking lead means follow. Sometimes taking the lead, especially if you know that there are others that are watching you, and most times there are other people that are watching us. And we're talking about, this is task number 4, take the lead. Take the lead, watch this, and follow the leader. Sometimes some of us just need to follow for a while. That's taking a lead, taking control of yourself. That's disciplining yourself to follow the leader. Okay? Take the lead and follow the leader. Great leadership comes from those who have learned how to serve well. Great leadership comes through those and from those who have learned how to follow. That's task number 4. Take the lead. And taking the lead sometimes means following. Okay, you got to get the book to read the rest of it. What? And it says, there's a quote that I've got in the book. It says, sometimes it's necessary to be the leader. Watch this in parentheses, to be the leader who shows the group how to follow. Yeah. Okay. So that's task number 4 to get to the win. Task number 4. And I'm going to pick a good one because I've got, again, my book has 27 tasks in it. It's available on Amazon right now. It has 27 tasks in it. It has some prayer in it that I call them prayer power pills that I know will provoke you to pray and write your own. Write it out. Okay. It's got some quotes, some of my favorite quotes, some of the quotes that I have put on social media. This is a hardcover version, and this is the paperback version. So yeah, they're available right now. So let me get to task number 5. Let me pick a good one. It's oh man, there are some good ones. Oh, wow. Okay, task number 5. I don't even know. I'm going to read this one, but you got to get the book because this last task I think it's going to jar some of the readers. I think you're going to be like, what? Okay. Because that day that I wrote it, I was like, yeah, I can't even tell you what happened that day. This last task is entitled, Wake the Heck Up. Wake the heck up, girl. Get it done. If you're gonna get your task done, you gotta wake up. You've got to wake up. My granny, I remember being a teenager and staying at my granny. And my granny would be fussing. Boy, she would not let you lay in the bed all day. You are not gonna do it at granny's house. You were not going to lie in the bed all day. You were not going to walk around in your pajamas all day. You were going to get dressed, put something on. Okay. You got to wake the heck up, because if you're going to get to the finish line, you got to get up out of the bed. There is nothing better to help you stay depressed or oppressed than not getting dressed. Oh, let me say that again for the people all the way on the other side of the world. There is nothing better to help you stay depressed than not getting dressed. And I mean, when I talk about not getting dressed, the topic, wake the heck up, that's in my book. I'm telling y'all, it's in the book. You got to get it. Wake the heck up. You got to get dressed. Granny knows best. You got that right. You've got to get dressed. And I mean that naturally, and I mean that spiritually. Okay? I mean that you have to read, you have to get the book. Let me just read this. It says, you used to dream bigger than you do right now. What happened? Where did you put those amazing ideas that you wrote down? Where did you put those amazing ideas that you spoke about? You used to talk about it, right? Sometimes traumatic situations have a way of helping us to become and remain in a state of oppression and even depressed to the point of taking on a lifestyle of defeat. All right. Again, this topic is wake the heck up. That's one of the topics, one of the 27 topics in my book. Girl, get it done. When I talk about getting dressed, I'm talking about putting on the whole armor of God, because I am a woman of faith. Yep. So even if you're not, when you read this book, it is going to provoke you. No matter where you are in life, no matter who you are, it is going to encourage you. You're going to find, I guarantee you, you're going to find something in this book that is going to make you think about you, where you won't be able to blame anybody else. You won't be able to put it off on anyone else but the person that you see in the mirror. Okay? Yes, we all have tough times. But remember, there are other people that are looking for you to lead. But you can't lead from the front, I'm reading from the book, if you're asleep on the job. Wake the heck up. That's the title of the topic. That's task number 5 is wake the heck up. You got to get the book because this particular task has 1, 2, 3 pages. Yeah, it's really good. And I find myself reading it. I find myself going over and I'm like, whoa, did I write that? You will be amazed when you do the first task of clearing the clutter in your mind. When you think about task, I believe task number 2 was stranger danger. Beware of becoming a stranger to your own success. What? Okay. That's it, y'all. That's what this book is about. It's not a biography about me. Matter of fact, there's very little in the book about me. I make a dedication to my family. I talk, I say something to my brother, my sisters, my daughters, my husband. But there's very little in this book about me. The very last page, I believe, is an about the author page about me. It was intentional. I did not want to write. I think my biography would be boring. My life would be, I don't know. I don't want to write about me. I can tell you about me. It's been rough, but I don't want to go into that. That's another topic for another day. But the book is really to provoke the reader to get up from where you are. The quick topics are like the wind in your back that's going to stir you up and get you to moving again, stir up your faith even, stir up your creativity. Because most times if you find yourself where you've become stagnant trying to get moving again, if you just watch this. If you connect with your mentor, find a mentor, find someone who will provoke you, that they don't even sometimes know they're provoking you, but they're good at what they do. You've watched them for a while. You know that they're encouraging. You know that the fruit that you see is good fruit, and you want to be encouraged by them. They're not even realizing that. Find somebody who's going to provoke you to wake the heck up, because sometimes life will lull you to sleep, and you're walking around sleep. And you think you're awake. That's what this book is about. Girl, you got tasks to do. Get it done. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Love ya. Get the book. It's on Amazon, or go to my site, donnasneed.com/author. Okay? Or just go to donnasneed.com and look. You'll see the link for author, and you'll find my book. Bye, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.